Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our What's in the Box series. And in today's What's in the Box, we're going to be taking a look at Wargames Atlantic's Goblin Warband. Okay, it's part of their classic fantasy line. There's 30 multi-part figures in here. Goblins. Got a pretty cool artwork there. Let's take a look at the box. Now it says when paired with the giant spiders, they can be converted to spider cavalry. That's pretty cool. Part of the free kingdoms. So these figures would be great for your D&D games on the tabletop. You know, if you're using like miniatures, it could also be good for like a Warhammer Fantasy or Warlords of Erewhon or Oathmark or any of those fantasy style games. All right, let's open this up and see exactly what you get inside. Okay, I'm seeing 6 sprues. Okay, set that off to the side. Now, if there's 30 figures and there's 6 sprues, maybe there's 5 figures per sprue. Okay, let's take a look at these. What I like to do is see if they all have the same thing. Okay, I wonder if that's a saddle, because if it is, you could put that on a wolf or a spider or a horse even, or a pony or a goat or whatever you're using. Okay. Looks like a goblin head came off. I'm going to put that in there. Okay. Yeah, all these sprues look exactly the same. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll push all them off to the side and we'll just take a look at one of these sprues. What we'll do is we'll look at it, I'll kind of evaluate it, and then we'll zoom in and we'll take a close look at what the models look like. Okay, so let's take a kind of an evaluation here. I'm gonna put this down because it might be easier to see what I'm looking at. It looks like it would not be easier to see. I think this black on this gray is causing an issue of not being able to really see what I'm looking at. Okay, these are all heads. Man, there's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 heads right up here. That looks like a pumpkin, lantern, something like that somebody would be carrying. This head over here is a human head that the goblin's carrying in his hand, so that wouldn't count. Okay. Alright, let's just flip this over a little bit. We got 3 different types of shields right here. On this sprue, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 upper and lower torso pieces. So there's 3. And then I see 2 lower torsos at a very wide stance, right? They're like in the horse stance. So those would be the ones I would use on the saddle. You know, if that is a saddle. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a shield. Okay, there's a couple of goblin kite shields down here. So there's like these 3 shields up here, the round shields, and they get a couple of kite shields. Very interesting. Okay. That would be 5, right? Because we got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5 on those 2 torsos. So you get a total of 5 on a sprue times 6 sprues. You're getting 30. Okay, so now let's kind of take a look at the weapon combos. I see four. Hold on. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 archer arms. So you can make a lot of archers. 4 times 6. You could have 24 archers. I see 1, 2, 3 quivers. You would think there would be 4 quivers, right? But I only see 3. That's okay. In this hand, way down here, I see this arm is carrying a couple of arrows. Okay. Horn. Couple open hands that look like they just fired. Okay, now spear types, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spears. Okay. And then hand weapons, I'm seeing an axe, a curved couple of swords, a mace, club with spikes, basically. So you're looking at 4 hand weapons. Okay, so I see a lot of 4, 4, 4s, right? 4 archers, 4 spearmen, 4 hand weapons. Well, there is kind of this thrusting dagger right here. That's interesting. What am I missing? The other hands are just open. They would be either holding a shield or they would be the right arm, which might be the arm for a bow. Left arm, I would assume, would be for a shield or just some other, the bow itself or a shield. And then the right arm would be the firing hand or a hand weapon. Yeah, that's pretty much all you get, really. I'm really kind of interested that they put a saddle with the goblins and not actually with the giant spiders. Little FYI, I did order giant spiders at the same time I ordered these. Those spiders were out of stock, so I actually didn't get them. So that might be a future what's in the box. Okay, that's just the front. And I kind of like the way they do the armors on these goblins. They're not totally ragtag, but they do have a little bit of a ragtag look to them. All right, let's zoom in and take a close-up look at these guys. Okay, let's start with the shields right here. Right, we got your, like a little grooved round shield. A round shield with a hole in the middle. A lot of times I'll see these types of shields where the arms will have a peg and they would stick on the peg. We'll have to take a look at the arms to see if that actually happens. Then we got this round shield with the center boss pin. There's the horn I was talking about. There's 1, 2, 3 quivers. They really look good. They look goblin-y. And then working our way back, we got a torso. Looks like he's got chainmail and a plate strapped on him. There's an arm with like some bone armor or something strapped on his arm. That's one of those real wide foot legs. Okay, and that is a left arm with just a fist, a couple of them. Another wide foot, right? Another archer arm. And then this guy right here has got some chainmail with like this big cross straps in the center. Okay, oh, wait. Okay, see that type of peg might have been like where a shield would go, but maybe I think that's just armor. Okay, and then this guy looks like it's a two-finger, like he's shooting a bow, spear. And this spear, I don't know if he's got it pointed down or if that would be over his head. You know, this one's just, that's got to be over his head as well because the point is right there. Archer with a couple of fingers shooting, more of a hide or leather style, like loincloth bow. That's the saddle, right? And there's the two torsos for the horse stance figures, and you can see how his tassets are sticking forward like his legs would be up. That's really cool. And he's got a couple of straps around his chest. And then that's just a left-handed fist, maybe for a shield. And then a underarm thrust spear. And there's the head, a severed head. You got an axe and a couple of swords, thrusting dagger, and then that looks like it could be holding reins for a spider maybe, and then there's a nice goblin face, and then here's a bunch of goblin heads, right? And they like to make their goblin helmets like super flat. There's the hand with a couple of arrows in it. The mace, club. And then those are those shields that I think would go as a kite type shield. And then more heads. Pointed ears. He's got a bone in his hair tied around. More flat style helmets. Top knot. And then that's that pumpkin lantern thing I was showing you. Okay, so if we flip it around, I don't know, maybe it's a bomb or something. Maybe it's a canteen. Okay, we got hair, backs of helmets, more hair. More backs of helmets. See, and then there's those shield circles that I think a fist would glue right into. There's your cross swords. Cross arrows, And then I think those are left arms that might go on reins. Thrusting spear. That's a right-handed sword and a right-handed sword. Okay, and a right-handed axe. Okay. And then a left-handed, maybe that's left-handed severed head. Spears. They got really good detail on the muscles, on the spears, and I'm not seeing a lot of mold lines. Oh, he's got a little pouch on his back, or a little canteen jug, or whatever they call that. More firing hands. Spears, okay. And then that's the back side of this guy. Bow. Wide seat. Fists for, I'm thinking, shields. Doesn't have to be. Okay. And then see you got full chain on the back. And then the back side of the quivers. The horn. And see there's a little spot there that, it's good. A little bit of detail on that shield there where you can put a hand or glue it on his back or something. Glue it on the side of the spider. Where this one with the big hole in the middle, I don't know if I like that. I would have to put a cap or a plate over that so that it wouldn't look out, you know, obnoxious. And I don't see any piece on this sprue that would serve as a cover for that, except for maybe these shields. Maybe they're intended to glue onto this shield, but I doubt it because they all have raised details, so that doesn't make sense. And a fist, I don't know, if I glued a fist in there, it would fill the hole, but it would still, you would see the fist behind the hole. So I might put a drop of super glue in there to kind of disguise it, or maybe some putty or something inside that hole. I kind of don't like that. That's one thing I don't like about this set. Or if I could find a peg or something that would fit in there. I don't see it. I don't see any like spare parts that would glue into that spot. All right, so you saw the ups and downs of these goblins. Let me see, looking at this picture here, I don't see that shield being used, because then I would get an idea of how they filled in that spot. Now I'm noticing they used the kite shield for the rider of a spider, right? Yeah, I don't think they use that shield very much, or at all. Okay, if I find anything on their website with, you know, it shows off that shield, I'll post it up here so you guys can see it. But thank you for coming out and watching the What's in the Box for the Goblin Warband from Wargames Atlantic. And I am going to do a little bit more on the Wargames Atlantic, and once I get some spiders in, I'll do a video on that as well. Alright guys, thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you in the next one.